Hi everyone, I'm Siggy from Leview Nails. I just want to show you a quick tip on how to get the most out of your nail oils and your nail strengtheners. Many of us are using this at the moment in lockdown. We can't have any product on our nails and we are using these to either maintain the health of our nails or to strengthen them if they're a little bit on the weaker side. So the one thing that not many people know about our nails is that our nail plate actually is not one piece of single material. This actually consists of a lot of very, very thin layers stacked tightly on top of each other. Now, when we apply our nail oil over our nail like this, and we let it absorb into the nail plate and we can rub it in like that, it actually filters down in between all those little layers of nail. So the easiest way to think of it is almost like the layers of a book. So a book has lots of very, very thin layers. They're tightly stacked on top of each other, but there are little tiny gaps in between. And if we look through a microscope, it actually looks like little channels or little rivers between the nail layers in our nails. And that is exactly where we want these products to absorb into, filter down into, so they can nourish and strengthen our nails from the inside out. Now, the problem is that our nails don't only absorb strengtheners and nail oils, it also absorbs water. So whenever we submerge our hands in water for longer than a minute, our nail plates absorb up to 80% of water. So they are little sponges, and that's why you'll often feel when you come out of a shower that your nails feel very flexible and bendy. And that's just because it's very, very full of water. Now, that water evaporates again over the next 24 hours, and then we shower again or we wash the dishes again and it absorbs water and it evaporates again. And that's just how our nails work, and that's absolutely normal. But we want to be one step ahead of how this works by applying our nail oil and our nail strengtheners when our nails are not already full of water. Because if it's already full of water, there is not much space for this to absorb into and to go into the nail layers. So we want to catch the times of day where it's a couple of hours after a shower or a bath, much of the water have already started evaporating, and then it's an ideal time for us to apply our oil and strengthener because there's actually space for it to go into the nail. So just to use a quick example, if you usually shower at night, it would be clever to not apply nail oil straight after your shower, but rather first thing in the morning before you go to work or before you start your day, because then after a couple of hours, most of the water would have evaporated already, and there's lots of space for the product to absorb into your nail layers. And then you, of course, want to apply it a second time a day. So then I'll give it another couple of hours, say late afternoon, afternoon tea time, for example, would be a great time. If you bath in the morning, I would rather recommend to have your first application for the day in the late afternoon and then again at night just before you go to bed. So that way there's always a couple of hours in between since you've applied it, since you've submerged your hands in water until you apply it. Now, there's a little trick the other way around as well. So I have a couple of clients who cleans. So they do cleaning for a living and their hands are submerged into water most of their working day. And I always tell them, well, first thing before you start working, make sure you apply your nail oil, or if you use a nail strengthener, apply your nail strengthener, and make sure it absorbs well and rub it in, massage it into that nail plate, because that way if your nail's full of oil, there's not much space for water. So it works the other way around as well. Just make sure you do it the right way. Now, just one last note is if you've applied it now, just try for half an hour or so not to wash your hands because it's still absorbing. It doesn't happen in like a minute or two. It happens over a couple of minutes. So you don't want to wash off the residue on your nail plate before it actually has had an opportunity to fully absorb into your nail. So I hope that clarifies a few things and help you get the most out of your nail oil and your nail strengthener.